quarter of this left, so
okay.
Yeah, not too bad. But man, woo! I mean, this is basically 4 beers right here.
Yeah,
4 or 5% beers.
It's
more or
like
less.
it's just slap you in the face and call you Sally.
All right.
But hey,
are we live to YouTube now?
As far as I know.
Well then, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Awesome Hardware, episode 129, Side Beer.
Just trying to give you effects. Crowd goes wild.
Calm down, everyone. Hold your applause till the end. Thank you very much. This is a live show that Paul and I do every single Tuesday.
Ladies, please.
Ladies, whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep your tops on.
Put your top back on.
Hey, woo, 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 woo. We're both married men. Boobies. Honeys, we love you. So this is a live show that Paul and I do every single Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/awesomehardware. If you're on Twitch, stay where you are. If you are watching us on YouTube right now and it's the rebroadcast, go ahead and watch Side A on Paul's channel, which is youtube.com/paulshardware. You can find the link in my description below. Apart from that, this is a tech news show where we talk about tech news, mostly, and a bunch of other things that you may or may not find interesting. Occasionally, we like to have an adult beverage. Let's not kid ourselves. Not occasionally, all the time. Additionally, we tend to curse sometimes. We use adult language. We have potty mouths once in a while, so if you have children around, be sure to shoot them. With love, and just keep them safe. Keep them safe. Keep them proud. Keep them warm at night. You know.
I was expecting heroin. I was really expecting heroin.
Shoot them up with heroin. They won't even know where they are.
But love is that's appropriate. That's very
love it is. So yeah. Okay. All right. Let's plug ourselves. That sounds weird.
Plug us right
Let's
up.
plug our stores. I have a store called bitwit.tech/store. You can visit it now and buy all the things there, including the Beware of Bottleneck shirt. I've got Bitwit decals. These are all premium quality products that we work with a guy who lives in Vermont. I mean, that's how high quality it is. We don't even see the guy, really. He's in a different state. So it's good stuff.
But he's awesome.
He's super cool. John is the best. He makes really high quality stuff, and the pricing is totally worth it.
John, if you're watching right now, does he watch live?
I don't know if he watches live, but he definitely sometimes catches the rebroadcast.
I've been trying to respond to his email all day. John, if you're watching right now, I agree with what Heather said in her response to your email.
Yes, so just green light that.
Yep.
Yep.
Got the green light?
We've got mouse pads coming, guys. Mouse pads that you will enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
But in the meantime, go ahead and buy stuff from our stores. Paul's store is paulshardware.net, where he's got some new good stuff.
I have a 15-ounce mug.
15 ounces.
That provides you with 4 more ounces than the previous crappy 11-ounce mug. Drink your hot cocoa, drink your cider, drink your rum. Perhaps an Irish coffee would be delicious in there as well. Also, Awesome Hardware shirts. Buy them from either of our stores. The profits are split evenly between us. We're an equal opportunity seller of goods.
Wait, so 15 ounces?
Also have quite a few sales going on right now.
15-ounce mug. That is actually
what?
Hold on. A 36% increase over your 11-ounce mug in terms of capacity. If we were to,
Why'd you go to a special website for that?
Chart it out. Because it's quicker, Paul. Because can you calculate that percentage in your head faster than I can type in 4 digits with a keypad?
No.
But
I can use the calculator app on my computer to just do the math.
That's dumb. I have that site memorized by heart.
Okay.
Calculators are stupid. I use that all the time for benchmarks. That website is great.
Well, why don't you just do 15 divided by 11?
It's the same reason why you wouldn't just do it in your head, Paul. It's a calculator specifically for that formula.
Okay.
That does it a lot quicker than if you were to do it manually. Just like
dividing 2 numbers?
Yes! Yes, okay. Actually, because it goes both ways. It does.
It's fine.
Let's move on.
It lets you.
Trust me. It is more accurate.
It's fine.
The accuracy is at least 500% greater. All right?
You need to really get down to those decimal points. That's where.
Yes, it matters. Okay. We're not just splitting hairs here.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's good.
I math all the time. Okay,
Math is
I'm a
important.
math
Everyone,
expert.
that's why STEM education
I am so math that I took algebra twice.
is so important.
I took it twice.
Like Algebra 1 and Algebra 2?
No, like I took I took algebra 2 twice.
No.
All right, that's how good I am, though. That's how good I took like twice the
that's
algebra 2. All right, let's move on. We are short on time here.
We are?
Slightly. Well, maybe because we started a little bit late, but that's okay.
Let's start late.
I mean, it's what, 8?
What are we talking about?
terrible.
News. We're doing
News,
news. Right?
tech news. Wait, we forgot to plug the meetup.
Oh yeah.
All right, announcement first off. We have a fan meetup that's taking place this Saturday.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible.
Don't come.
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
make any travel arrangements. If you live out of state,
Yeah.
not worth it. Paul and I definitely are not worth it. However, if you're local in the LA
it's gonna
Orange
be
County
happening
area,
sometime within the next 2 to 5 days.
oh yeah, it may or may not be Saturday.
Kyle just said it was Saturday.
But that could have just been something to throw you off because we're trying to be cryptic.
maybe it's a mystery.
And who knows what we'll be doing there. Definitely. I have had too much Black Tuesday to try to have a poker face about this. I've had way too much Black Tuesday to have a poker face right now. Anyway,
if you're local in Southern California,
follow us.
especially if you came last year, because we did a similar small meetup last year, stay tuned. Watch our Twitters for the next next few days. We'll give some more details on that.
Yes.
We're gonna have a little fan meetup.
Yes.
So if you're able to come, we would love to see you.
Yep. Sometime this weekend.
Probably not Saturday.
But may not.
Probably
Probably
not
not Saturday.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey.
so that'll be fun. All right, let's talk about some tech news. Starting off with some leaked photos, baby. No, not of Jennifer Lawrence, I'm sorry. But this is of even equally stimulating. Intel NUC has been spotted with a Kaby Lake CPU and a Vega GPU.
And a Skull Trail logo?
All in the same
And a
PCB.
Skull Trail logo?
And a Skull Trail logo!
Is that really from this?
I
or
don't-
Did they,
I
just,
have
did they
no-
just pull up the most badass Nook picture that
They
they
might have
could?
just pulled up the most badass.
The
NUC
coolest Nook
It's like
picture,
thumbnails. They
and
don't
this
really
is
mean
what
anything.
comes up because
This
it's got the Skull
Yes,
Trail.
this is an
All right.
article from PC Gamer, so thank you.
That's it,
This
though.
is following Intel's announcement last week
It's on chip
that it was
now.
working on a multi-chip design featuring a Core CPU, one of their own, with a Radeon graphics chip integrated for compact laptops. But these leaked images tell us that perhaps consumers will benefit more from
Zoom and enhance.
more than just laptops with this interesting collaboration.
Zoom and enhance.
So maybe laptops aren't the only where this collaboration ends.
Hey,
This is a leaked photo post by ChipHell,
We're maxed
or
out. We
post
can't.
onto ChipHell.
We've been max
rather.
zoom, sir. We can't zoom in any further.
Ah! There's no more enhancing.
We've reached the limitations of Chrome. We're using Chrome. Maybe if we were using the new Firefox Quantum, we could zoom in closer.
Ooh, maybe that would be sweet. Superior in every way. So this is from ChipHell. It shows the
So what are we looking at
MCN
here?
or the
What are we looking
multi-chip
at here?
module.
This is our CPU.
Might make it to small form factor desktops and all-in-one PCs.
This is a CPU.
Yep, that's a CPU, and then we got the
This is a
Radeon
GPU.
graphics. Yep, so it's Vega
This is HBM.
and HBM memory, right stacked next to it.
Look at that.
Beautiful. So we've got a custom Radeon graphics chip based on AMD's Vega architecture. Additionally, you can see that there's an M.2 slot there with a populated 120 gig NVMe drive.
Got some
We've also got
SODIMMs.
some dual channel SODIMMs, DDR4. Was there any more information on
SODIMMs.
that? Not really. And we also
This is
have...
I kind of like the power delivery configuration they got going here. That actually looks fairly substantial for a
yeah,
board
2
this
banks of
size.
VRM. Yeah. It looks good.
Just, all the phases. I mean, you got.
All them mouse
I mean,
files.
obviously, counting phases is not everything.
Right.
But
No, it looks
0,
pretty nice.
79, yeah.
Doesn't look too skimpy. Maybe it'd be fun to overclock a NUC. Maybe we can overclock the NUC. We'll see.
You can overnook. You don't want to overnook.
Overnooking.
Yeah. All right. So cool.
So yeah, and then and it looks like you've also got a couple SATA 6 gig ports for additional storage. No further information was attached. These are just like leaked photos. We don't even know if this is legitimate or if it's faked. Whatever. It looks pretty real to me, but that's exciting. I'm excited that I'm not going to have to buy a stupid laptop or do a review on a stupid laptop in order to test out this new technology. That we can potentially see this on other devices other than notebooks and stuff. I like NUCs. I think NUCs are cool. NUCs are useful and portable. They're
especially for something like a living room setup or something like that.
Yeah, HTC,
if you want something to
workstation.
If you're a cord cutter and you're getting rid of your cable and you want something that you can just set in your living room, connect via HDMI, play some basic games on, and use for internet access and streaming Netflix and something like that, little NUC makes a great solution for that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So thanks, Chip Hell, for the leaked photos that may or may not be real. And then we've also got an article from Ars Technica. This is about Qualcomm rejecting Broadcom's initial $105 billion takeover offer. $105 billion gets thrown on your table, and you're like, pass. Nah. Hard pass. This has happened last week. Qualcomm's statement today says the deal significantly undervalues the company.
Ooh.
CEO Steve Molkenhoff says they're the best company with their hands in mobile, Internet of Things, automotive, edge computing, and networking within the semiconductor industry. And they can continue making their existing stockholders happy as clams as they grow all of those segments and lead the transition to 5G.
What was the name? Steve.
Molekov.
Okay.
I
was looking for it. I was like.
It was like Luke. It was like Luke Lefriffen.
Steve Mollenkopf. Kopf.
See, the way I said it sounded way more natural.
Kopf.
Molekopf.
All right, so
Steve Molekopf. The other day, Steve Molekopf birthed a new product.
on my phone.
Sorry.
Fine.
Crap phone anyway. Oh no, wait, that's not the Pixel 2 XL. I forgot you returned it. All right.
CES.
They're unsure. Oh, CES things. Just CES things.
Are you ready for CES?
Oh hell no, not at all. And then they're unsure. Well, we're just unsure as people, if or when. I abbreviated Broadcom as BC. I want to say British Columbia. Of when Broadcom will make a higher bid. They could counter it, or they could counter themselves and be like, "Hey, we'll give you more than $105 billion because that wasn't enough." But this, second offer could hinge on Qualcomm resolving their conflict with Apple that's been ongoing for this year. So
this is like a negotiation tactic, then, like
perhaps.
Yeah, Qualcomm would be like, "We're worth at least $200 billion," and then Broadcom's like, "Hey, right, I'll give you 105," and like, "We're worth more than that," but it's still like it hurts their feelings, like they're internally like, maybe we're not worth $200 billion. So now maybe they're willing to capitulate 150.
Maybe
because that's what I like. Usually, if I'm bidding on like a multinational technology company,
like you often do,
with crazy amounts of assets,
like
that's what I would do.
Yeah. You are the prime authority on this matter, but it still depends on whether or not Qualcomm can resolve conflicts or their issues with Apple. I feel like that could determine how this whole deal with Broadcom plays out. Because right now, Apple usually uses its own chips. I feel like most mobile phones use Qualcomm chips or SoCs, but Apple and Samsung make their own in-house, right? So they never really deal with Qualcomm all that much. But Apple recently put an Intel modem in some of the new iPhone models, which, Intel modems are partnered with Qualcomm, and that triggered Qualcomm. They got uber triggered, and they were like, wait, we want some royalties, Mr. Apple, for all these iPhones you're selling. I mean, they're seeing dollar signs, right? There's a piece of their product inside of these new iPhones, probably the iPhone X or some shit. And then Apple was like, no, we're going to sue you. And so Apple sued Qualcomm. Now there's a stupid lawsuit. And it seems like that resolving these issues with Apple would strengthen Qualcomm's position. But at the same time, this has been it's been ongoing for so long now that it doesn't seem like there's a resolution in sight that would take place in time before any deal would actually happen. So it's doesn't seem very likely that it'll happen anytime soon.
It's a quagmire.
It's a quagmire.
It's a qual quagmire.
Quiggity, yeah. Yes, what you said. So, $105 billion just doesn't, it's not what it used to be. $105 billion isn't what it used to be.
I gotta imagine you must feel pretty, like, satisfied with yourself having made that decision, being like, yeah, I just turned down 105 billion. That,
I mean,
you got some balls.
I guess if you're worth like 500 billion,
yeah, I mean, they're playing. They're playing in a realm that most of us, can only sort of speculate about. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the balls.
Indeed. Balls. All right. Next up, this is an article from Hexus. This is about a security firm trying to prove that Apple's Face ID technology that they raved and ranted so much about in their press conference a couple weeks back is a bunch of bullocks and can be fooled with a simple mask.
Bollocks.
What? The firm has experience with this sort of thing. It's a Vietnamese firm. I'm guessing he's Vietnamese. Not that it's relevant to the story in any way.
He does look firm.
They proved that face recognition wasn't an effective security measure for laptops back in 2008.
Also, I want to point out and appreciate that neither of these dudes are wearing shoes.
Dude, I gotta get a job in Vietnam.
Not the camera guy, nor the dude.
I'm digging the way they roll. I like that dress code. I mean, he's got socks on, but still very casual.
I agree.
Okay,
the premise here is that it's challenging to difficult because it's three-dimensional. It doesn't just take an image. It's looking at the face from different angles to determine depth and that kind of thing.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So, but if you make a 3D mask, then you can kind of replicate the 3D visual and potentially trick the Face ID tech into unlocking a smartphone, an iPhone. And this is what I was saying earlier is that this company BKAV, I don't have no idea. It's BKAV. 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 So BKAV has proved that face recognition wasn't very effective with laptops back in the day in 2008. They also understand how the AI of Face ID works and how to bypass it. And that's perhaps why they were able to beat Face ID when the folks over at Wired could not. They tried that earlier, I think this month, and failed. The mask itself, and you're probably wondering, well, what kind of mask did they make to pull this off? It was crafted by combining 3D printing with makeup and 2D images that were sort of plastered onto it, besides some special processing on the cheeks and around the face where there are large skin areas to fool AI of Face ID. What's interesting is that color doesn't seem to be something that the algorithm picks up. Because most of the mask is white. So you could say that Apple's Face ID, if it's anything at all, is definitely not racist. So there's that.
It stands to reason, as that was a big part of the difference in how the Face ID worked was looking at depth and actual structure of the skin and everything.
Yeah, where your cheekbones are, certain certain lines that the face naturally creates that a computer would more easily pick up than an actual human.
Now I read or sorry, were you finished with your?
No, go ahead.
I read a critique of this, which was discussing the fact that when you actually enroll in Face ID, kind of like when you're enrolling your finger on your a fingerprint reader or something like that. Mm-hmm. It takes initial readings, pictures of your face from different angles, but as you go along and unlock the phone more and more, it actually it updates. It gets more data as it unlocks your phone with Face ID over time.
This is something that it does?
Yes. Okay. That's how it works. And the speculation was that if these guys were using that, were unlocking it over time using the mask, that they might have been training it to recognize the mask rather than to recognize his face. So that might have been manipulating the or whatever software, however the software is designed to recognize the facial structure and everything in a way that you wouldn't necessarily be doing it if you weren't in the environment that he is, where he's using his own phone, which is set up to recognize his face, and then a mask that he's using to represent his face with 3D structure on it. So
maybe what you're saying is because of its algorithmic learning, that maybe if he had spent, say, 3 months using this phone and unlocking it with his face, that the phone would eventually learn his face so well that even this same mask might not be able to unlock it as effectively. Because over those 3 months, as opposed to, they tested this within a week of receiving the phone.
Yeah.
So maybe he's only unlocked that phone with his actual face, twice. right?
So that's what I'm saying.
It hasn't learned very much about his face.
So it hasn't learned very much about his face, and then he's using it to unlock with the mask, which is using that to enhance its algorithm of what it thinks his face looks like.
It's training it incorrectly, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But all that said, yeah, I mean, when it comes to biometrics, chances are there is going to be some way to get around it at some point.
Yeah, and Apple was claiming that cracking the Face ID is a 1,000,000 to 1 shot if you were to, in regards to like someone actually sharing enough of the same facial patterns and structure as you, it'd be like 1,000,000 to 1. And they were saying that the finger Touch ID is like 50,000 to 1 as far as like the variation in fingerprints and stuff. So they were saying like Face ID is way more secure, but obviously the conclusion here with this Vietnamese firm is that the fingerprint is the safer way to go. That's what they found. So
okay,
take heed. Be warned. All right, moving on to our next article here from Hexus once again. Thank you very much, Hexus. This is about the HTC Vive Focus, which is a premium standalone VR headset that was launched just this week. This is at the Vive Developer Conference 2017 event in China earlier today. I should say that it was announced, not launched, but HTC first announced Vive Wave. Let's talk about Wave first. Wave is an open platform and tool set that's optimized for VR development for high-performance mobile devices. This is basically catered towards developers. If you're not a VR developer, you probably don't care too much about Vive Wave. But it does integrate completely with Vive Focus, which is the premium standalone VR headset that was also announced. This is released in China only initially, may come to the US, will probably come to the US eventually, and it runs games and applications built on the Vive Wave VR open platform. So it's kind of like the Google Store or the Apple Store, but it's the Vive Wave store where you basically, it's like the Steam of this Vive Touch platform. If that makes sense. It's said to be the first of its kind, powerful enough to deliver premium VR experiences without wires or external tracking solutions. That means no cables coming from the HMD, completely untethered, and there's no tracking lighthouses, there's no weird camera that you have to put on your desk. It's a standalone headset. You put the headset in a backpack, you go to China, and now you have VR functionality with room scaling in China. Nice.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. It's using the Qualcomm Snapdragon 853 chipset, 6 degrees of freedom HMD with world-scale tracking, high-resolution AMOLED display. There was no resolution announced. 3 degrees of freedom controllers, a 6 degree of freedom option to be determined, and it should be noted that this is not simply an untethered full-fat Vive. It's not like they just took the Vive and made it untethered. That's not at all the case. It's because this device specifically only integrates with applications and games that are on the Vive Wave platform. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Vive Wave platform. So, you know, I'm sure that there will be a lot of games that are ported over from the regular Viveport store onto Vive Wave, but this is definitely going to be a separate product entirely than the HTC Vive.
Okay.
No pricing or availability as of yet. What would you pay for something like this? I mean, if you could get the same exact experience as your HTC Vive that we both paid, what, $800 for on pre-order, and it comes with controllers, you don't have to set up lighthouses, you could literally bring it to a friend's house and pack it away as if you were packing in, like, a Game Boy type of thing. Like, that's how easy it is. I don't know. What are people willing to pay for VR on this level these days? I don't know. $40.
So
Probably
all
more
right.
than
So
$40.
I have two answers. One, the price that I feel like they could legitimately sell this for right now as a product to be sold as a consumer product, and I would say if they wanted it to move, $1,000. If they, but probably more like $1,500. That's depending on how powerful the hardware inside is. Like, obviously,
Right.
It's a standalone headset. It needs to have something inside as far as processor graphics goes. How powerful is that? What kind of experience can it support?
Yeah.
Are we talking about very simple line drawn, 3D animations or something like that? Are we talking about immersion? Are we talking about an augmented reality situation where you're wearing that and you're seeing through it because it's got cameras or something like that and it's doing AR?
Right.
Yeah. Questions as far as how it works and what it's capable of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say 1,000 to 1,500 would be what.
That's a lot more than I was expecting.
Really? Well, I'm comparing this to the cost of VR right now, which is not only the $400 to $800 glasses VR headset setup, which is what's the Vive right now? 600? Is it
5 or 6?
Yeah, 5 or 600.
Rift is like 4.
Plus, you need a computer that's going to cost at least probably $1,000 in order to power it. So combine those together, and it's a new product and whatever. Yeah.
The shitty thing is that people don't see that. They just see the product and they're like, they just see the bottom line of what the product costs, not all the external costs around it.
So that's why I was saying I have 2 answers.
Yeah.
Second answer, if they wanted to create a device like this that they want to become ubiquitous, like something on the level of a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox or something like that, to where it's like lots of people have this, people are developing games for it, that kind of thing. They need to price it at $500-600 is what they would need to price it at.
I think 600
in order to get enough people who are like, yeah, I want to buy that. That's something that like my kids really want for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I
could see 600 doing it. It's a new technology, and I think that grants it the premium cost over like an Xbox One, even a 4K whatever console. But yeah, most people. Not saying that I agree with it or that I wouldn't be willing to pay more for it. But I think if they want to ship it as and they want to compete in that space, $600 for that thing, and it might be way just not possible right now. We might have to wait a couple years before VR tech can be watered down to that price point. But
for me, like with what you need in order to create an immersive VR experience, when it comes to the frame rate that the actual goggles need to hit with the displays in each eye, the level of detail you need for an immersive experience and everything. Like I feel like it's at least 2 or 3 years off, if not further than that.
Oh yeah.
To come up with some sort of solution for this that is truly wireless, that's not relying on the game being rendered somewhere else. Like you need a powerful gaming system or something.
Yes.
Like a wireless headset, okay, but everything's being rendered over there on the computer.
Right.
Like and then it's just the wireless interface that needs to
be exactly
the problem versus like I need the whole computer on my head that's doing everything.
Exactly. We need more time, because also what's that going to mean for heat and noise?
Yeah.
What if you're playing a game that, okay, yeah, maybe it's got built-in speakers. It doesn't even say it has built-in speakers or whatever. But let's say you're playing a game. Even if you're playing a game, sometimes games get ridiculously silent. And you're in especially like horror games, right? And you're like, creeping through a hallway or something. What happens if there's like no in-game audio and there's like a built-in fan in your HMD that's like, like that's gonna that's gonna defeat the whole purpose of what VR is and being immersed. Or if it's getting super hot to the fact where it's already, I don't know, I sweat a lot as just normally when I'm playing like Counter-Strike. I mean, imagine having that strapped to my head. I'm moving around, room scaling and all that, and the actual HMD is getting hot. Like there are so many other obstacles to overcome before this becomes just a nice, comfortable, no-brainer piece of tech. I feel there's a lot of challenges, but it's nice to see it heading in this direction nonetheless.
And with software that isn't really graphics intensive, they can do a lot, I'm sure, with this completely untethered individual head-mounted display unit. I just wouldn't expect it to be giving the type of gaming experience that people might expect if they're comparing it to, a desktop AAA title or something like that.
I think that's my main question is, am I going to be able to play like all the AAA titles that are starting to get VR support, like Doom, Fallout 4? Are those games going to be supported on this headset? Because if it is, I'm all for paying $600. I'd probably pay $700 for it. But if it's going to be like a watered-down version of what the Vive and Rift currently supports or offers, then we definitely still have a while to go. But those are all the articles for standard tech news for today. Let's go ahead and move on to mail time.
Mail time.
Mail time. We've got some stuff. We got some stuffs here. Paul, you can open a letter.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll open up a box. These are things that you guys have sent us.
I have letters too.
Paul's got letters too. All right, you open that letter. I'll open this box, and we shall reconvene shortly. I need a opener.
What? Where are you going?
Razor.
This looks like it came from somewhere far away. No, this is from Raisher. Ryan.
Raisher.
Our good friend Ryan has
stickers.
sent this. Why does it look like it came? Oh, it's from Canada. That's why. It's got French on it. So Raisher sent us. Raisher does he prints stickers.
He's a sticker god, is what he is.
He also has apparently a 3D printer now too.
Oh yeah! Look at that.
Look at these. We got
3D printed logo things.
Paul's hardware. It's like if I have white hair.
That's super cool, bro.
It's like if I hold this close enough to the camera, like I don't even have to be here anymore.
That is L-I-T.
There's rings.
That's pretty nice.
He got us rings.
Rings?
You got
Oh my
you got a
gosh.
Bitwit ring.
I don't need to wear my wedding ring anymore. This is awesome.
Got my Paul's hardware ring.
It fits. It's like Captain Planet.
Twin powers activate. Right? Or whatever he says.
Yeah. With all powers
also
combined.
got some Bitwit decals.
Hey, stop trying to compete with my products. I'm selling decals
yeah.
now. I need your damn decals. No, those look fantastic. I like the one of your face.
And my face.
Faces?
These
are awesome.
Thank you, Raisher.
Thanks, Raisher.
Thank you for the stickers. I love stickers.
You the best.
All
You
right.
the best, baby. All right, and then we've got. I should probably open this guy.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe we'll get some more beef jerky. Hopefully, it's not too.
Oh, if someone sent you food, I'm gonna be really happy. That's not food.
This does not look edible at all.
That's a hat.
This is a hat.
Oh wow.
What?
This is-
What?
Wow.
Does this have
That looks politically charged.
It does. Is there any
It's a baseball hat.
Doesn't look like there's any
Flex
from
print.
information.
There's no.
Nothing. It
no
just
text
says.
being out of
It
text.
just says taxation is
Taxation
theft.
is theft.
All right. Yeah, I agree because someone gave it to me for free, and now I am an anti-taxation person.
Well,
Are you triggered? I'm sure someone's triggered.
Someone's
Here, I'll
triggered.
even wear it sideways to trigger more people.
all right.
And it's a flat bill.
Next up is from Parth. This is from Parth
Parth.
from New York, from Rochester, New York. There's a post-it inside that says "Keep doing your thing, Paul."
Hey.
Thank you, Parth. I will keep doing my thing. He also included his phone number there.
Thanks, Chicken Wang.
I don't call people on the phone anymore. I don't trust phone calls.
Nope.
He said, hey Paul, I really think that your channel provides good hardware info with respects to all the benchmarks. Also like watching your show with Kyle. I think the best part was when you guys visited Taipei for Computex. We have done that multiple times. We're going back again this year.
Oh yeah.
I also understand that as a creator, you might get so much mail like this. The internet has made things easily accessible, yet so distant. That's true. It's very true. If only could meet heroes like yourself, Kyle, and Jay from Jay's 2 Cents. That seems far-fetched now. Also, call Kyle and compare notes. I'm sending him a letter, too. Do you have a letter from Parth?
Potentially.
Yes, you should.
Joel, no, I don't.
Will you guys be doing a meet and greet anytime soon, Parth?
Yes.
If you're local.
In your neck of the woods, I don't
probably in the next week. That's what we discussed. But thank you so much for your letter.
know. Yeah.
I'd like it.
This is from Edgar. Edgar Guzman.
Thank
Hello,
you,
my name's
Edgar.
Edgar Guzman, and I'm a freshman at Wichita State University in Kansas. I'm typing you a letter because my handwriting sucks, and about a year ago I got the idea to build my own computer. I decided to wait to build it until I finished my first semester of college so that I could save up some monies, and so the parts would be kind of like Christmas present to myself. While searching for information about building a computer and choosing parts, I stumbled upon your YouTube channel. I started watching some of your videos and really enjoy them. I especially enjoy your build log videos because I think they're extremely relaxing and entertaining to watch. Through your channel, I found other tech YouTubers like Paul's Hardware, Jay's 2 Cents, that I also really enjoy and have become extremely anxious about building my first computer. Well, it's almost the end of my first semester and I feel that I've done a decent job at choosing parts. I planned 2 builds, an Intel build and a Ryzen build, and I was wondering which one I should go with. Attached are my parts list for each build, and I wanted to know which one you think I should build or any parts that I should change. I want to keep the price around $1,000 and I've already bought the RAM. If you don't want to write me a letter as a response, you can just email me at Edgar. Thanks so much for amazing. Thanks so much, and keep being amazing on YouTube, Edgar. Thank you, Edgar, for the parts lists. Yes, I will try. I can't promise you that I can get around. Like, I'm so strapped for time that I don't know if I can get around to actually looking at these and giving you a proper response. But I hope that it all goes well. And I'm so flattered that you found my YouTube channel and really fell in love with it. and that it's been an inspiration to you to building your first computer. It was honestly such a great moment for me as well. So good luck, man. Thanks.
You read that really fast.
I did.
All right, next letter is from Josh D. Good old Josh D from Gainesville, Georgia.
Georgia.
And he included a processor in with his shipments. He found this FDEP CPU.
Real?
He's a truck driver. It is.
That's cool.
He's making a delivery to a packaging company in Atlanta. Saw this dinosaur CPU just lying next to a trailer, all smashed to hell.
What? Next to a trailer?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of pins on the bottom that are smashed. It's an Intel Pentium. He included the CPU world description. It's an Intel Pentium MMX FV805080503200. 200 megahertz frequency, 66 megahertz bus speed with a clock multiplier of 3.
Nice.
That's pretty impressive.
And speedy.
And it supports MMX instruction sets, which is pretty nice. So this is an original Pentium processor.
Oh my god, look at the pins. They're all...
Yeah, it is smashed.
They're all...
smashed
every single pin is completely smashed.
So Josh's request for us...
That's hilarious.
...is to sign that, and he included another envelope with stamps on it and his return address, and he wants us to sign it and send it back. Which I think we can do no problem. Kyle's going to take a picture of it first.
Yep.
Because that surely is all smashed to hell.
That's very funny.
Still a nice collector's item. Thank you, Josh, for sending this over. And
that's awesome.
Again, largely because you included the self-addressed return envelope with stamps already applied, I think we'll have no problem giving this a quick signature.
Oh yeah.
And shipping back over to you.
Nice. Right. Cool. This is from, this looks like it's just from Amazon Fulfillment, so maybe there's a letter inside. Oh wait.
Do you have anything else I can open? That looks like food.
Oh my gosh, food. Oh wait, there's all these gift receipts in case we want to return it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is more jerky.
A gift. Here's a gift. Here's a gift receipt.
Whoever sent this, thank you. Always send us food. Oh my god. Country Archer, all natural beef jerky, sweet jalapeno.
Alright, so this is from Omar Tyndall.
Omar!
Omar, thank you so much.
Yes!
A spicy snack for streaming from Omar.
Nice.
Hey Bitwit, a chili paste from Indonesia by way of Holland.
What?
My home country.
Oh, that's what this must be.
Use it on anything, and it's not crazy hot.
No way.
It's really good on fried rice. From Omar T.
Oh my god, I love...
Thank you, Omar.
Even though you said it's not very hot, I love anything spicy or with spices.
Oh my god.
It is my Lord and Savior. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, what? And I love trying things from new countries that I've never tried before.
Yeah. I like eating food that people send me in the mail.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of worried. Like, what if it's poison? That it's kind of it kind of makes
what?
Sambal
Danger. Bajak. Red pepper paste with onions. Oh my gosh. Me and wifey sauce are going to love this. Paul, you should try some of it too.
No,
you should take like half of it. It doesn't even, I mean, it looks pretty
My wife would probably like it, but no, this is not,
oh my
this is not for me.
Gosh. And then the jerky. You see all the jerky you gave us? You got the sweet jalapeno, crushed red pepper, and sriracha beef jerky. Which one do you want to try, Paul?
None of those.
Paul has a slightly lower spice tolerance than I do.
Let me clarify. Spice is fine.
Okay.
I don't like peppers.
Heat.
I don't
heat.
like
heat tolerance.
No, heat is fine too. I don't like peppers. I don't like the taste of peppers. It's fine.
Something funny that most peppers have in common is that they all induce a sense of heat or
there's
spiciness.
other food that I have that's hot or spicy that I'm fine with.
Sriracha does not have peppers. Sriracha?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Alright, I'll try the sriracha. Open the sriracha. Sriracha's made locally here in Southern California anyway, so.
Alright, let's give this a shot.
And I'll give that a shot.
We gotta try one on stream. That's the rule.
Yeah.
If someone sends you food on stream, you try a little bit of it. Here, let's see. We'll split this.
Thank you.
Cheers. Oh yeah, I taste the sriracha.
Oh, it got sriracha in it.
And it's gluten-free. What do you know? Oh my god, I'm hungry now. It's so good.
Me too.
Meat snacks.
That's tasty.
Give me all the meat snacks. All right. Let me go through one more of these. We got 2 more boxes here.
This is heavy.
They always say don't cut towards you, but what if someone's on the other side of the box? Then do you cut towards yourself or towards them? See? Life is full
Sriracha's
of
got some heat.
uncertainties. Woo. Really? That is not spicy at all. Oh my god, look at how nice this is.
It said heat.
Look at how nice. What
Wow,
is this?
that's
Why is this so
beautiful.
nice? Look at how nice this is. This is, oh my god.
What?
What? This is so artsy and someone spent time.
Someone
it says
invested-
Paul and Kyle are awesome, and on the back it says your fans love you.
Oh.
With the flower, a fan flower that says
Hold on.
rated
We
cool,
need to-
stay positive,
There's too much effort put into this.
and
Hold
cool.
on, Kyle.
Yeah, take pictures.
No, I'm zooming in.
You're zooming in.
Hold it up.
You don't share these usernames on your channel. Okay, I can't share the usernames here. Okay. Look at this. Okay, so first, for starters.
I can zoom in.
Oh, that's the most you can zoom in? Here, at least you can focus it if I hold it closer. Here.
What is wrong with your fluid head?
I tightened it. Because it's not meant to be moved when we're streaming. That's why. So, this is the front. It looks beautiful. Very nice handwriting. And on the back, look at that. There's a computer dancing, frolicking in the meadows.
Let's stay positive fan flowers.
I love fan art. Fan art's the best.
That's awesome. It says Hurt Maddie. Hurt Maddie.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool. Oh, wifey sauce. Better get jealous. Better get jelly. You got some competition. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. All right. I can read. I can read stuff.
Is there any more drawing, or are we good for that?
That's all for the art. There are gifts in here, which you can reset it. I guess we can do a normal shot for that. Dear Kyle, wifey sauce, Mrs. Paul's Hardware, and Paul, thank you for being so high performance.
Oh wait, no, it's not. What?
Wait, you're ruining it. You're ruining the letter.
I'm not ruining.
You're ruining the letter. Ruining the letter. Paul, get back here. You're missing it.
I'm trying to do the punch-in thing, but your GH4 is not set up like my GH4 at all.
Well, wow. Shocker. 2 cameras. Different settings. Weird. Weird. All right, thank you for being so high performance.
Oh,
The contents of this package have been thoroughly benchmarked by me and Jesse. These are the highest quality, cherry-picked samples from the Origin Beerscape. Jesse and Maddie. Please don't share these usernames on your channel. Okay, I won't.
those things.
And cool. We'd love if you showed my art on the stream.
We did, right?
Ayo!
We did that.
One step ahead of you,
That's
Jesse
really,
and Maddie.
really well done.
Jesse and Maddie.
Oh,
Jesse
this
and
beer.
Maddie. Oh, what is that? Oh, Summer Pale. Humbly offered FPF P-frame. I don't know what this is, but this looks delicious.
Proudly crafted.
It's a blonde color, has a blonde color to it, with citrus and strawberries, with an aroma of peaches, with notes of nectarines, grapefruit, spice, and oats.
Wow.
Oh! Wow. This looks great.
Are we getting rated by Jerry right now?
What?
Did Jerry? I see.
Oh my God, we're getting rated.
I see a bunch of.
Barnacles raid.
What?
Why are we getting a Barnacles raid?
Did Jerry rate us?
Jerry, thank you for the raid,
We've
sir.
never been rated before.
I know.
Jerry.
We don't get raided, Jerry. We
Crazy.
do the raiding.
We are the Raiders.
We are the Raiders.
raid
Wait, don't say
people.
that. Don't say that.
No,
we might get a bunch of Raider fans. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's
I heard
true.
you guys were the Raiders.
No, we're not.
No. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Thank you, Jerry.
And there's Jerry emojis in chat. Awesome.
You should show them my 3D printed ring that I got.
We have a Pilsner from the same brewery.
Lovely, lovely.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness.
If you're just joining us from the raid,
So
we're doing mail time. We're opening mail,
Fan mail.
sent in by fans.
Fan mail.
Because they're awesome.
Jesse and Maddie are awesome. They brought us another Summer Pale Ale here. Looks like there's probably one of each for each of us. And it looks like another one of the...
Yeah,
same
Barnacles,
beers.
a Barnacles raid.
Oh, this is so cool. I feel like
Barnacles.
I'm going to save this.
Yeah, you really.
I'm not... That's not going anywhere. Oh my god. Thank you, Jesse and Maddie. That's super cool.
That's really cool.
Oh. See, the best things in life really are, like, free, handmade. Like, I value the artwork way more than the beer. Don't get me wrong, I'll drink the beer and love
we'll
it.
drink the beer.
But super cool.
But
Thank
when
you,
the
guys.
beer is drunk, and so are we, the artwork will be appreciated even more.
It sounded like you were gonna rhyme. It sounded like you were about to rhyme right there. I was like, oh shit, he's about to rhyme? Is Paul about to rhyme?
I wish I was that on top of things, but I am not.
Oh my god, this is so long. Joel, thank you. Okay, so basically it says, all right, I'll read the first part. Kyle, what's up? If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to ask for some help. I'm an architecture student looking to build a PC so I can render images and animations at home. The most intensive program I'll be using is called Lumion. Here's what it requires, and he's given some system specs. I'm looking for a PC build that'll be able to run the recommended system requirements. I already have a hard drive that I'll be using. I'll be trying to keep the cost down, so I'm not looking for anything that isn't necessary. I'll most likely go upgrading and adding parts in the future. I'd greatly appreciate the help. Thank you very much, Joel. Again, same with the last guy. I will try my best to get around to it, but I can't guarantee that I'll have time to reply to all of these. I get these on a daily basis, believe it or not, and it is really difficult when I've got a bunch of other stuff to tend to for the channel, but I hope that it works out for you. Honestly, I think let's see, the graphics card that he has picked out. Oh, I see, those are the minimums.
Yeah, Joel, just to give you a response right now, it seems like the requirements for this software very specifically indicate a 4 gigahertz or higher frequency. Now, frequency is very relative to actual performance, single core performance and that kind of thing. But I would say a Ryzen CPU might be something that would be a good solution for you, especially one of the higher end ones that's clocked a little bit faster, like a 1600X or 1700X. Pair that with one of the higher end graphics cards that they're recommending, like a GTX 1080. It seemed like you'd have a pretty good solution for you that would have a little bit more compute power than something like the 4790K or 6700K.
Yeah.
While still getting you the performance that you want.
And if you're willing to stick around, I was planning to do a $1,000 PC build for the month of November. I think that might be what I'm doing for PC of the month. So you might want to stay tuned for that before you buy any parts, because maybe it'll be right up your alley. But thank you very much for the letter nonetheless. And then the last thing that we have, this is actually from my father-in-law. This is from Wifey Sauce's father.
What?
I've already opened it, so I kind of know what it is.
You already opened it. The hell?
Go ahead and
show
that to the camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is an old hard drive.
Yes, it is. Kyle, I hope you can fit this 8-inch floppy drive, into your next computer build with 166 kilobytes or kilobits floppy. Retail on this baby back in the 80s was about $1,000.
$1,000? That's a bargain.
P.S.
This has a...
P.S. The hard drive is 30 megabytes.
30 meg hard drive. That's... Wow. What is the interface on this thing? Look at the connection points.
Look,
right
there's
there.
a Molex. There's a Molex.
Oh, but it's still got a Molex power plug.
That's how old Molex is. There's a Molex plug. We could probably power this guy, but we'd have no way to get data off of it.
This is like this predates ISA. I don't know. I do not know what kind of connection interface that is right there. It's like a larger and fatter connection than like the the part of Nintendo cartridge that would interface with the actual console.
Yeah.
What I like about this floppy drive though, look at the belt drive right there though.
I know. Freaking insane.
It rolls around. There's a belt that goes down into the drive.
Looks like a car.
It's like you need to lubricate this thing and do an oil change on it.
409 it.
That's
not 409, but.
My dad's watching the show and he wants you to actually take the disc out.
Take the disc out?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you?
Paul, you're old.
Does it have an eject?
Yeah, I think so. Is it this thing?
Ah!
Oh my god!
There
it is!
I feel like
that is incredible.
I feel like this is a TV show where they made oversized props for us or something like, right?
Yeah.
So like that is larger than 5 1/4. That is.
Oh no.
What size is that? 8 inch. Oh, you said
8
inch. It's an 8-inch floppy disk.
8-inch floppy. With 166 kilobytes.
My God.
Wow.
But hey, So, all right.
technology.
Here's my question. Obviously, this is from, I don't know what year this is from. 80s? This has got to be
80s.
from the 80s
Yeah,
sometime?
he said 80s. Yeah.
Okay. Black front. Look at the front panel here.
I know.
All black.
No RGB.
Then they went to beige. Like in the late 80s, 90s, suddenly they're like, everything should be beige up here. Let's make it this horrendous tan color that gets easily discolored and everything.
They were bass
But
backwards.
they had it right here. I think with this floppy drive. That's
Man.
amazing. I'm impressed.
Wow. Be appreciative that you live in the era you do, where we can get 2 terabytes of storage on a stick of gum. Quite literally. Not literally, but figuratively. Holy crap. This is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this now, but thank you.
I love the old
Rodney?
floppy disks.
Thank you.
What I always used to do with the old floppy disk, just because I knew I could, put your finger in the front and then you could spin the disk inside.
Oh, yeah. Take it for a spin.
A little bit. Slowly.
I can't believe that whole module is just there to read the floppy.
That's crazy.
I'm literally flabbergasted. Maxwell, sorry.
It's a Max. Oh yeah, it's a
Maxell.
Maxell.
Yeah.
Made in Japan.
It's so crazy.
All the best stuff's made in Japan.
I would have loved to see the computer that this went into.
Yeah,
Right?
probably had vacuum tubes and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Wifey Dad, for that amazing mail time moment.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, let's cut right down to
You
some
have
games.
another segment.
Yeah,
still.
yeah. Let's do some
My
games
God.
report. We'll blow through these. These are really quick though. This is actually following up with the EA story that Paul was talking about in his half, where
Yes.
EA had this whole debacle with Battlefront 2, where the unlockable characters were costing up to 60,000 credits, which would equate to, one Redditor calculated, 40 hours of playtime to actually get these characters. That's without spending any of those credits on loot boxes, loot crates, or anything else in the game. You'd have to spend 40 hours to unlock these characters, or you could just buy the characters with money. But that means, especially if these characters can grant you additional specs or performance of the game and give you an edge, a competitive edge, that means that it's, in a way, a lot of people were complaining that this was a pay-to-win feature, where it's just completely absurd for someone to spend that much time on unlocking these characters when somebody who has the means could just right out buy them and have an edge in the multiplayer game. So after the weekend outcry, where EA racked up the most downvoted post in Reddit history with over 600,000 downvotes,
666,000.
EA has recounted.
I don't even
Super
know
Metal.
what it's up to now. That's what it was at earlier
It's probably
today.
close to 700K, I would imagine. At this point, EA has actually released a public blog stating that it has reduced the number of credits required to unlock the most popular characters, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, by 75%, going from 60,000 credits to 15,000 credits. That's a significant drop down in order for every player to be able to acquire these special characters.
Now, to supplement that, from what I read, at the same time, they also reduced the rewards for the daily events that you do in order to earn those credits from 20,000 to 5,000.
Ah!
So really,
So, like, maybe they reduce it by
so if
half
the cost
or
of
by
what you're
45.
if the cost of what you're trying to earn credits to get
Yeah.
is reduced 75%, but the amount you're earning is also reduced 75%, end result is the same.
Would you like some more beer?
No,
Okay.
I'm okay.
You do have to drive home, and I
Yeah,
do.
you finish that up.
All right. Yes. So, guys, leave your comments in the chat about that, but we'll be keeping a close eye on that situation, how it plays out. As for now, let's move on.
Also, they turned off the refund button. They
Turn off the refund button. Those bastards. You have to call now
There was
to
enough.
refund.
There was
apparently.
enough. Yeah, they were getting refunds at such a rate that they just
Disabled it.
removed the
or
button
Turned it on. Yeah.
from their UI, so you weren't able to do that, and you had to actually go and call them, and apparently the wait times are pretty horrendous.
That's bullshit, though.
yeah.
If you're gonna create a refund button, leave the refund button. don't take it away just because people are using it.
Yeah.
Stupid. EA sucks. They're the worst. All right, moving on to we were talking last in your half of the show, Paul, about Lord of the Rings potentially getting its own TV series.
Yes, we were.
We're starting to see all these like really big pop culture franchises and stuff getting their own TV series. Now we're talking about Hitman getting its own TV series on Hulu. This is an article from PC Gamer. Thank you very much. Hitman studio IO Interactive recently pulled away from its publisher Square Enix and went indie. They went rogue, so to speak. And since then, Agent 47 may now be getting its own TV show on the very popular streaming platform. Fox 21 and Hulu are partnering up to launch a Hitman series with a pilot script written by Derek Kolstad, who is the creator and writer of the John Wick films. You like the John Wick films?
I watched the first one.
I only saw the first one, and I thought it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
It was one of those movies that's like so ridiculous that it becomes fun. So yes, I think that there's potential here. Kolstad will be the executive producer alongside film producers Chuck Gordon and Adrian Ascaria, who worked on both of the Hitman movies, which I'm not so hot about because both of the Hitman movies were kind of garbage. Those appeared in 2007 and 2015.
You watched them?
They were both kind of flops. I watched the 2015. No, I'm sorry. I watched the 2007 one, and I don't think I saw the 2015 one. But I never heard anything about it, so
I certainly didn't.
it probably sucked. The hope is for this series to not suck. And I don't know. I'm always skeptical when video games or even books get turned into movies.
Right? Books.
They don't have the best track record for porting over.
Books have a better track record, but yeah, I mean, video games ported
definitely
to movies have a very, 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 very poor track record.
Yeah,
But
like the Final Fantasy movies.
But that goes back to like the 90s when they were trying to do it for, really crappy. I mean, look at the original Super Mario Brothers movie. Like,
I like that movie.
You liked it?
Well, because I saw it when I was a kid.
Were you on acid?
Probably. I was probably just a kid on acid, and I loved it. That was their core audience.
All right.
No, but I totally feel you. It's hit or miss, and most of the time, I would say it's miss. So I don't have a Hulu. Wifey and I are not subscribed to Hulu, so I guess we're not looking forward to it either way. But I somehow doubt that it'll be the series that gets me to sign up for Hulu. Put it that way. But good luck to them, nonetheless. I'd love them to prove me wrong.
Hey, if it turns out to somehow be like some amazing series, then
I will eat my words.
That's more cool stuff for people to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe.
Word. All right, next article is also from PC Gamer. This is about Call of Duty World War II accidentally granting double XP since its launch.
Oh.
How could something like this be so overlooked? Didn't someone play it once before it launched and was like, hey, I'm getting double XP?
It's just one of those multipliers that was...
How? But wouldn't you... okay, anyway. The latest installment of the Call of Duty franchise accidentally launched with double XP enabled. And Sledgehammer, is that the developer? They kept referencing Sledgehammer. That's got to be the developer. Cranked it up to 3 XP late Thursday night just to keep the ball rolling, which ended Monday. But 2 XP, double XP, has been extended to Tuesday, which is today, before finally landing at its original 1 XP, which is what it was supposed to be launching with.
So everyone who played the
huge
game since it launched, and they're going to modify this back to what it's supposed to be, and suddenly it's going to suck because like this got all so hard now and takes so long.
Well, that's what people are lamenting about already. Gamers are already complaining that on Reddit that the game progression is already slowing to a grind, and it'll get even slower after this little XP boost finally ends. So the only thing I have to say here is maybe Call of Duty players just need to rage vent enough online to get the Call of Duty developers to make it 3 XP forever.
And isn't that the answer to all of life's problems?
It worked for Battlefront 2.
Rage vent online.
Rage vent online. Hashtag profit.
And then profit. That's what I do.
Every day. All day, every day. All right. And then our final article here is from Tom's Hardware. This is a very interesting article, and it made its rounds on multiple websites, but this is about Crysis, the original Crysis, being tested 10 years later. It's the 10-year anniversary of the original Crysis. It started the meme. It's the game that started it all. The Can It Run Crysis meme. 10 years later, Tom's Hardware has tested over a dozen flagship cards from every recent generation, from both AMD and NVIDIA, which were tested with a 7700K.
It's funny because like 4K wasn't even
a thing.
Yeah, like Crysis in 4K, but
right.
But it's a PC game, and even though it was developed in a time when 4K was just twinkle in people's eyes,
yeah,
it can still run at that resolution.
It's fantastic.
And that's pretty cool.
Master Race, bitches.
Right.
So what's interesting here is that it's a long article, and you should read it yourself, because I'm not going to paraphrase everything for you babies.
It's going to play an
But
ad.
the conclusion is that Crysis still operates like a modern AAA title. Believe it or not, a decade later. With only, get this, Paul, with only one GPU, achieving over 60 FPS on average at 4K. A 10-year-old game.
Which one? 1080 Ti?
I believe it was the 1080 Ti. Yes. High-end AMD and NVIDIA cards were similarly bottlenecked at 1920 by 1080. Somewhat expected, though Team Green enjoyed a 10% higher ceiling than the Radeons. This is unclear if it's due to the CryEngine 2 engine, or lack of driver optimization since it's a 10-year-old game, or some other platform constraint. At the end of the day, NVIDIA GPU incremental performance jumps over the years. The performance jumps over the years stay consistent. So every year or two, the NVIDIA progress and frame rates and stuff is pretty linear. But AMD occasionally saw some really big performance spikes from when they went to Terascale 1, which was the Radeon HD 3870 and 4870, to Terascale 2, which is Radeon HD 5870, to Terascale 3, excuse me, Radeon HD 6970. There were also some nice gains with the introduction of the new architectures like GCN. GCN demonstrated some improved resource utilization and more stable performance. Going from VLIW-based architecture to a scalar SIMT architecture also helped give some really nice gains generation over generation for AMD. So it's a very interesting article. If you look at the benchmarks, it's pretty fascinating, especially since it's Crysis and all that. So go check it out on Tom's Hardware. Yes. Yes. I wish it's such a cool article that I wish I had thought of it first. Put it that way. Let's move on to Q&A, or not Q&A, but Johnson's and Q&A and donations. Donations, and we'll finish off with Johnson's. Let's see. Where
I have no Johnson's.
We start off.
Dingo. It's like the worst.
I know. We sold nothing. We're terrible salesmen.
It's just fine. I'm often surprised
too.
with I'm like, wow, people bought stuff, but you know, today people are saving for Thanksgiving.
They are
for turkeys and stuff. So
I understand.
Don't blame them.
Priorities, baby. All right. So Dingo on my $45. You guys made me. You guys made me to build a Ryzen machine, should Ryzen 7 1700X,
a Dingo
and 2x8 gig 3200 speed, or Ryzen 7 1800X 2 gig by 1300 speed, Asus Crosshair 6. I would say.
That one.
Oh, it says, but it says
it's leftover.
Leftover from Paul's set. All right, Jake.
It's okay though, but finish Dingo. No, finish Dingo first.
Dingo, I would say go with the. I mean, honestly, if money's not an issue, go with the 1800X and the 3000 gigabyte, because you'll get a little bit more. You get a bump there from
also,
overclocking.
you can get the 1800X for a lot closer to the same price as the 1700X if you keep your eye out these days.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to get it for 30, 40 bucks more.
Yeah.
Reasonably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And 3000 is still a really good speed to operate on Ryzen.
But this one's for my half. Jake3D, $10. Thank you, Jake, for your donation. My NAS is basically done, but my old case is so bad and missing a side panel. I wanted to put a rack mount case, but couldn't find a cheap used one that will hold all my drives. I'm sorry, Jake. It's a sad story. It makes me sad. He didn't actually ask us for any suggestions or help. He was just kind of relaying, like, hey, here's my situation.
I appreciate that.
And Jake, you know, I feel for you. I really do.
Hope it works out, man. I really do. Aaron Barlow, $5. Aaron Arlen.
None of those things you said was.
I was trying to combine both words. It didn't work. $5. Cheers again. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers.
Bravo. Thank you very much. Jake3D, $5. Have either of you guys used a sous vide cooker? I'm editing a review for one now. Hard to edit and listen at the same time. LOL.
I haven't used it, but my wife has a couple friends who've got them and who like swear by them, and all they do now is sous vide stuff all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a really cool, fancy way of cooking food, you know, because you put the food in the plastic and then you put that in the water and then it makes the water the right temperature and cooks it.
I know nothing about any of this.
Yeah, it's a fancy way of cooking.
I usually just pay people to make it for me. But?
Yeah, I haven't tried it myself. I've been mostly using the cast iron skillet to cook meat when required recently.
Skillets are nice.
Yeah.
Skillets are the best. Buffalo Warrior 7, $5.55. Paul, what were you doing at D&B? Dave & Buster's, I'm assuming. I'm bartending between now and grad school since my job market is oversaturated. Ooh. Cheers to everyone in service industry. What were you doing at Dave & Buster's,
Buffalo
Paul?
Warrior, thank you. Cheers as well. I would agree 100% wholeheartedly with everyone in the service industry. It is a awesome industry with lots of awesome people who often don't get treated very well. So there you go. I was... Okay, so I worked the front desk at Dave & Buster's.
Front desk?
Yes. So the role I was front desk, which was... There's someone at the front desk in Dave & Buster's, not the host for the restaurant area, but the front desk is where you go to like rent if you need to go to rent the snooker tables that they have there.
The what tables?
Snooker.
What the hell is that? What's a snooker?
Snooker is like billiards, but the table's a little bit larger and the balls are a little bit smaller, and it's got different rules.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, snooker.
Okay.
But they have them at Dave & Buster's. So yeah, the front desk, you rent out those things, and certain areas like you help with large parties and stuff like that. My favorite time was when I go there on like a random just a weekday, and my only job would be like to turn on all the sports. Like we'd have all these cable boxes, and I'd like find all the sports and put them on all the TVs going in the lunch.
Use all their power.
Yeah, and like whatever the overhead TVs, and then like we'd have a random trickling of people who come in for lunch, and I'd just be like chilling there, like not doing much. Like that was it.
That sounds cool.
But yeah, front desk in the power station when people would come in with their cards, and you'd like pay money to put, because you know it's a dissociation.
Right.
Like if you're putting quarters into something, you're like, well, that's a quarter every time. That's that's $0.25, right?
Yep.
But if you're like, I have a power card and I'm putting $20 of credits onto it, it dissociates your correlation between the actual value of the money and the credits that you're using to play the games. So you have money to credits and then credits to the game, and like, oh, this game costs 5 credits, and like, how much is a credit? I don't know. I spent $20 and I got X number of credits and whatever.
Yeah.
That's the psychology of it or whatever. But yeah, I would work the power station and people would bring me their power cards and put money on them.
Would you ever get anyone that was like super pissed off about, I don't know, the games or like the
there's regulars. There's regulars who come in and play games all the time and spend ridiculous amounts of money playing the games for the tickets that they put on their cards so that they can get the high ticket items. Because you know they have a thing where you can trade tickets for stuff like a PlayStation or an Xbox or something.
Why not just buy it?
But it's like, yeah, you spent $800 playing games so you could buy a $250 PlayStation. You fucking idiot! Like what? Like so anyway, yeah.
I think there's
but Dave & Buster's though.
They probably think that maybe like they're so good at the games that they can get away with like spending a couple coins and just raking in the tickets.
I don't know.
Because I'm sure like professional arcade gamers can probably pull that off and actually get a PS4 for way cheaper than what they spent in games than actually paying for it. But most people probably can't. Like 99% of people.
Because they're not the games that you get tickets for. Like there's arcade games that you just go and you pay credits and you play, and that's all you get. You don't get tickets. The only things you get tickets for are the more like
gambly games.
Yeah, like skee ball and stuff like that. They're games that you're not going to be able to take advantage of in that way.
Well, they've got some ridiculous games now in the arcades where it's like literally just about getting tickets, and like if you can hit, if your reaction time is like on point, you can you know, score out like 1,000 tickets or whatever off of a couple quarters or something like that. Which, I get it. If you're competitive in that sense, then maybe you can pull off some ridiculous magic and get a PS4 for under market value. But I still think it's a terrible way to do it.
But most of the time, if there's a game like that that can be taken advantage of, they get rid of it because they know that people can. Anyway, sorry. Thank you for that question,
Thanks,
Buffalo.
Buffalo Warrior. Zachary
my
Howell.
Dave and Buster's passed.
$5. Got a Predator X34. Nice. And gave my girlfriend my old widescreen. Good call. She's finally using her PC, 6600K and a 1070. It's a nice computer for your girlfriend, for something other than charging her phone.
That's glorious.
Yeah, nice. Get her to play some video games with you. It's a nice bonding experience.
She has a very, very nice system to do that.
She should be very appreciative of you. I love you every day. All right, Park May, $10.69 for more Black Tuesday. Hey.
Oh.
When it comes to those held against their will, I doubt they'd have trouble enjoying tonight's stream. Cheers. That's very, very kind words, Park. We appreciate it.
It is.
And yes, the Black Tuesday will go on. This is probably the last Black Tuesday I'll ever need to drink, because holy crap, it's strong. But thank you very much for your donation nonetheless. Fred Rant, $50.
Fred.
Hey, you had sick wifey sauce get you food while you streamed a game on Tuesday. Really, when you should have been taking care of her. Where did you get the shirt and the stream opening? Looks like from the 1950s. Sounds like another Pies in order. Wow.
Jeez.
Wow, I feel so conflicted with this $50 donation and this really
$50
brutal comment attached to it. I feel personally attacked. For starters,
I want to say, just by comparison, Fred's donation for my half of the show, he had nothing to say, which I'm going to now take as
but it wasn't $50, was it? Was it?
I'm going to take this as a great compliment, because obviously I am flawless, whereas Kyle has many problems that he's struggling through right now. So, another pie?
No, is the answer.
No more pie?
Pies warrant at least 100.
It is
150.
It is holiday season.
Throwing it to 150.
Which is pie making time. I've made one pie so far this season, and I will make more.
It's kind of funny to me that you've made a pie.
Why?
Just because I don't know anyone who makes pies. And you're like not the first person I would think who makes pies.
People have hobbies. Sometimes they're
That's even funnier that it's
quirky.
a hobby.
It's not like a hobby.
You have a
It's
pie
not like
making
something
hobby?
that I do on a regular basis. It's like a seasonal thing. It's like, oh, it's fall.
What do you do in your spare time,
We
Paul?
went apple picking. We picked a bunch of apples. What the fuck am I going to do with like 20 apples? I'm not going to eat them all.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm going to make them into something that I'm going to actually eat.
It's
which
incredibly
is
practical.
You add a bunch of sugar and butter.
How can we make this fruit as unhealthy as possible?
Crust, and then suddenly it's edible, right? Yeah, like that's exactly.
It's got fruit in it.
My pies are
Cancels it out. No, I'm sure it's delicious.
My pies are
And
freaking
I'm probably
bomb.
just jealous, to be honest. It sounds delicious, though. ZZ Hardy. No, wait, no. Fred Ranch. No. Wait. Holy crap. Oh, Heather Hansen. Heather.
It's Heather, yeah.
Wifey sauce, $5. Hi, honey. I don't want leftover pizza for dinner. Speaking of dinner, can we go to my favorite restaurant this weekend? Love wifey sauce. Sure, why not? We'll go to your favorite restaurant.
What's your favorite restaurant?
It is a upscale vegan restaurant in LA. And I feel like every time we've gone there,
called?
It's called Crossroads. And I will admit,
Have I been there?
it is the only vegan restaurant she's ever taken me to where she had to tell me it was a vegan restaurant.
Okay.
Every other vegan restaurant she's taken me to, she didn't have to tell me it was a vegan restaurant. This is the only one that I was fully convinced.
I will agree
like,
with you.
All right, yeah.
And I have also
it's pretty
been
damn
to
good.
like a high-end vegetarian restaurant where they feed you stuff and you're just like,
Blah.
the hell did they do? Like
Yeah.
this is just delicious,
Dark
but there's
magic.
nothing. But there's nothing of value that they used.
There was no suffering involved in this meal. I don't condone it.
Crossroads. They only have a 4 rating on Yelp.
Yeah, bullshit. 1,200 reviews. Get the fuck out of here.
The Impossible Burger? What is that? That looks awesome.
It's a vegan patty.
Okay.
That is the most convincing patty I've ever had.
All right. That
It's
looks
pretty good.
Like a very simple
It's very
burger
good.
and fries, but
Let's just
vegan.
put it this way: the last 2 times I went there, I think we
cool.
saw famous people. I don't remember who the first one was.
Famous people.
The last time we went there, I think I saw Tobey Maguire. He was just chilling there.
Just hanging out.
I left the bathroom and I saw him and I was like,
Was he in a
oh shit.
Was he in a Spider-Man costume?
he wasn't in a Spider-Man costume, Paul. But he was on the ceiling. He was just on the ceiling somehow. I was like, hey,
he wasn't dressed like Spider-Man. He was just acting like Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Nice.
He's really good. He was on the ceiling straight up in character the whole time.
Where?
No, it's just somewhere in LA. It's whatever, stupid LA. But
I'm trying to figure out the place.
We never go there because it's like downtown and it sucks. And you have to spend like 45 minutes to an hour and a half in traffic to get there. But it's delicious. It's really good. Moving on.
Fred? Otium.
Otium. I don't know what that is.
It's a place by the Walt Disney Concert Hall that we've been.
Oh.
There was another place, though, that was vegan or something like that that I'm trying to... Anyway. All right,
there's a ton in LA. They're popping up everywhere.
Sorry.
Fred Rant, $5. Do as she asked or it's another pie. Yes, sir. I will do that. I will do. I just you heard me talking about it. I'm supportive of it. I'm down with it. I'm cool with it. Oh, another $5 donation from the same Fred Rant. You lied last week. You said you took her to dinner and you did not. You will pay.
Wow.
This is getting scary.
That is getting serious. He's like, I know where you live.
And then another $5 donation from Fred. You took off your wedding ring? That's a pie. How is that a pie?
Why'd you take your wedding ring off?
I didn't take it off. It's been on my finger the whole time. Did you scrub through the stream? People, did I take my wedding ring off? I did not. When I put the...
Cal has been falsely accused.
When I put the Reicher ring on, it was on another finger. Okay?
Okay.
Jesus. Fred's so touchy.
Let's move on to ZZR Hardy.
ZZR Hardy, 10 Australian. Thank you. No comment.
No, thank you, ZZR.
Appreciate it, sir. Thanks for not threatening me like Fred. Austin Gorelski. $5. Beautiful last name. Hey guys, I love the show and channels. Was wondering if somebody wanted to send you products to review, is there a process for that? Generally there is. Someone will email us and be like, hey, would you like to check out this product? And we'll either say yes or no. At that point, it's right? I mean, it's kind of how it goes. Or we won't respond,
for the most part.
which kind of means no.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, honestly, and this sounds like kind of a... I feel like a douchebag when I say this, but...
Douche!
But like 75% of the emails I get about new products that I might cover, I don't respond to, and it's not because I feel like I'm above that or anything. It's because I get too many, and I can't respond to all of them.
Yeah. We're not a Linus operation where we're putting a video out a day. We're putting out 8 to, I'd say about, no, more than 8, like 12 videos a month. Which means we have to be pretty selective with the content we create.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't possibly respond to all 17 requests that we get every week and say yes to all of them. We'll say yes to maybe one. And we already have our own ideas and projects in mind that we want to do. That usually doesn't line up with any of these requests. So
I'm trying to figure out why chat is calling you a liar, but
when are they not?
But yeah,
they're probably right.
You learn at a certain point that even accepting reviews of certain products is like, you have to have a certain use for a product. You need to be able to tell a story around it or make a video around it that's interesting. So yeah, that's probably not the best answer, but there you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Austin.
VA3MHB for the 5 Canadiers. Hey, Paul and Kyle, I really enjoyed both your channels. Keep up the awesome work. I will try and remember to tweet you a pic of my first build. Please do.
You should.
We'd love to see your first system.
Totally do that.
We're excited.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Scott Delbeck, $6.66. Yeah, cheers. Cheers to you, sir.
Prost.
Woo! JD, $10. What race, class, and spec would you guys be on vanilla? Wow. Vanilla WoW. I have no idea. I don't play WoW, so I have no idea what that... This is all jumbled. I don't know what language that is. Paul, though? You're a nerd.
Alright, so top of my
WoW nerd.
Top of my head, I mean, Horde, obviously. But I would probably, just for nostalgia's sake, go with the same race class as I started with when I first started playing World of Warcraft back in 2000. I don't know if this is 2000. I think it was 2006.
We're old.
Undead Warrior though was what I started off with. So,
Undead Warrior. Nice.
Spec. That's another good question. The thing you have to consider with Vanilla WoW is you don't have dual spec anymore. That was introduced much later on. So spec is much more important. Like, I mean, I was a tank most of the time, but I was a tank Fury. I mean, I had dual spec tank and Fury, so I could do DPS if I needed to, but that's where I'm at there. I guess if I had to make a choice, I'd probably go back to tank.
What a nerd.
Fucking nerd. El Jefe reviews
$5.
$5.
EA will be having an AMA on Reddit tomorrow. Who's watching? Probably not me.
Hey, I mean, they keep trying, so I guess you gotta give them that.
I mean, sure. Well, I mean, do you really have to give them that if what they're trying to do is really just put out a fire that they've fuckedly built themselves?
Yes, I would say you have to give them that if what you're giving them is that, yes, you're acknowledging that they are doing what they're doing because it is the truth that that is what they're doing. No, you don't have to give them that, as in give them that, as in forgive them for everything and be like, yes, EA will now buy your game and spend lots of money on it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, obviously take whatever they have to say with much salt and
they can try.
Consider that they are a large company and that profits are their motivation and
they don't care about
you know, I mean, there's evidence in the past of large
care
companies doing stuff that's more in the best interest of the general population, because that gets so much positive feedback and positivity generated back towards the company that it does better for them in the long run.
Yeah.
So this is what we would hopefully expect EA might be considering doing, is making decisions that are less about making EA the most money possible and more about giving a little bit more back to the community. But another big question and another big just sort of general analysis of their actions and the actions of a lot of other AAA titles is they're doing this because they push as far as they possibly can when a new title launches. We're going to do this and this and this and this and this. And everyone's like, whoa, holy crap, that's shitty. Like, wow, you're making awful decisions that everyone hates. And they're like, okay, we'll just do this. And then everyone's like, all right, well, that's okay. But okay, just doing this was a good 10, 20% beyond what people would have accepted before they were presented with this specter of the horrible stuff that they're doing. Like, right? It's like push really far so that the rollback is a little bit beyond what you would initially would have wanted.
So it's almost like negotiation.
Yeah, it's a negotiation tactic or something like that. So
yeah,
that's something to seriously take into consideration as well. Mm-hmm. So whatever they're doing tomorrow, whatever EA is coming back with tomorrow, just consider what you would have considered reasonable before all of the hubbub over the past 24 to 48 hours with what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I think that's a good way to approach it, Paul. MB67 with a $25 donation. Kyle, I'm old enough to remember having those 8-inch floppy disks.
My God.
To store my self-written computer programs back in the late 70s.
Dude.
Good times seeing that hardware again.
You're way more legit.
Awesome.
Legit
that is OG, man. That is more than I can say.
8-inch
Holy
floppy.
crap. I feel like I just need to mount this and like all the hardware that my father-in-law sent me like on the wall back here. That's just too epic.
That's really cool.
It's just so cool. I've never even seen a floppy this large in person.
Have you?
Let alone seen one. So I've never seen one.
All right, so 5 1/4. Did you ever use?
Yes, 5 1/4 inch ones. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the harder ones that were a bit plasticky.
No, they weren't.
Hard plastic.
No, you're thinking of 3.5.
Oh, I'm thinking of 3.5. No, I've
5 1/4 was exactly like this. Just it was a little bit smaller.
I've never used a 5 1/4 even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
This is when floppies were floppies.
Is this the largest?
They were floppy.
Is this the largest they ever got? Floppies?
I don't know.
Were there floppies bigger than this?
I mean, if you go really old, they had some large size equipment that they used. So I'm not sure. So this predates me for sure.
And people are now Twitch clipping my ring removal. So apparently I did remove my wedding ring at some point during the stream, which I'm sure Fred Rant has some other donation attached to
what a dick.
that message. We'll get to that. Hold on! Hold on. All right. John Broad, $5 Canadians. Do you guys have any info on the custom Vega cards? I want something to use my FreeSync monitors on, but I don't want a blower-style cooler in my case. Honestly, if you're trying to go FreeSync, then try to get a Vega 56. RX Vega 56 is now, according to last week, when I think, Paul, you did a brief mention of this on your half, that you can actually get a Vega 56 for almost MSRP.
Yeah, like 420 bucks.
The prices are coming down. It's finally subsiding, at least for the time being. So you might want to invest in something like that, depending on what kind of performance you're trying to drive. If you're only trying to do 1080p, trying to get 60 FPS, then RX 580 would be sufficient, I would think.
If you're looking at the whole package of a FreeSync monitor and a graphics card, then a Vega 56 at MSRP plus a FreeSync monitor compared to something like, say, a 1070 and a G-Sync monitor does make a lot of sense.
Huge price cut there.
Yep.
You'll be saving lots of money. Thank you very much for your donation. Eric Yu, $5. Hello, I am doing an experiment, and I want to do a 2-way SLI or 3-way SLI. What would you recommend? Nothing too overkill, of course.
Eric, you want to go 2-way SLI simply because support for 3-way and 4-way has gone out the window.
Right.
NVIDIA has stated pretty clearly that they're only supporting 2-way. The only things that see benefits from 3-way and SLI, 3-way and 4-way SLI are going to be just a very few synthetic benchmarks that are designed simply for benchmarking. You're not going to see support on the driver's side for the games that you want to play, so you won't see a benefit from that. The only reason to do it would be for benchmarking purposes or like really high-end drill-worthy PC build purposes, but nothing practical.
And I personally wouldn't 2-way SLI anything less than GTX 1080.
Yeah, 1080 Ti even, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say upgrade to a single 1080 Ti before you go 2-way 1080s. I mean, there's an argument.
Depending on depending on the games you're playing and stuff, and how well they scale with SLI. But yes, I agree with Paul that at the end of the day, you should always opt for one stronger GPU than two lesser in SLI or Crossfire.
Yeah.
Just because of the optimization quirks and stuff.
Okay.
But moving on to Fred Rant, $5 pie, not up to you. It's up to Wifey Sauce and I. Oh, I will.
Fred.
Make damn sure that Wifey Sauce does not ever throw a pie in my face again without me knowing beforehand.
Fred with another $5 donation, pointing out you really did take off the ring, Kyle, just for a few minutes, but you did.
Okay, maybe I did,
and that has been clipped.
And Wifey Sauce even noticed, as you mentioned, but
video evidence.
How much do you really expect from me to remember at this point with the Black Tuesday?
Blame it on the beer.
Let's be honest. This is Blackout Tuesday we're talking
Brilliant.
about, people.
It's a
All right,
brilliant.
so if you're shocked right now, you clearly do not know what we're dealing with in this situation.
I mostly only take off my wedding ring when I am about to use
Going to Vegas.
Use lotion. Oh,
about to use lotion. You hit me hard, man. Hit me close to home.
usually on my wife.
Or Vegas. Lotion on. Ooh. Oh,
because you don't want the ring there. It gets all
feel.
goopy and stuff like that, right?
Nice save.
Chris Wesley, $5 donation. Love you guys. You are awesome. Chris
You're awesome.
Wesley, we love you, and you are awesome.
Thanks, sir.
How about that? How about we take that compliment and shove it right back in your face?
Sick burn. Sick burn. Fred Rant.
Fred with another $5.
I would start to be nice to you if you ever started to behave.
My God.
LOL. Guess you'll never be nice to me, Fred.
Fred really likes to throw his weight around with the money and the
maybe I could just continue being a dick so he keeps throwing me $5 donations.
Maybe that's his goal the whole time, is to get you to be a dick.
Some weird experiment that you're pulling on me right now, Fred.
I don't know what kind of sense that makes.
Dr. Daystrom.
Daystrom,
$5. What is your favorite type of tea, both of you? I like boba milk tea. Boba milk tea is delicious. I don't really drink tea. I don't drink like actual like green tea, black tea, not by itself. I don't like hot drinks. I like cold drinks. I'm hot-blooded. I like my milk teas. And
yeah, I'm probably
breakfast
the same
milk
way.
tea.
I'll drink some like green tea or the standard tea that they'll give you at like a Chinese restaurant.
Well, yeah,
but
sure.
I don't typically go out and get tea myself. Yeah. I'm more of a coffee drinker, I guess.
Yeah. Jake 3D though, $5. Is everyone so salty because we have to take so much news with a can of salt or a grain of salt?
It's one of those figures of speech that has sort of become so ingrained in people that everyone needs to have a grain of salt. Ingrained. Get it?
Ingrained. Ah!
This is the best show ever.
It is. No other tech show compares. No other tech show compares. Thank you very much, Jake. Nori Rivera, $5. NVIDIA GTX 1070 Ti, $450 versus Vega 64, $460. Which and why? I honestly, if you don't have a monitor yet,
you can really get a Vega 64 for $460.
If you can really get it for that price, I would go with that because you can get a FreeSync monitor for way cheaper.
Yeah, it's really the
honestly
the FreeSync. Honestly, the FreeSync G-Sync question is at the core of that.
Yeah, that's the tiebreaker.
If you're not taking that into consideration, then probably the 1070 Ti will be your better option.
Yeah, a bit more power efficient. May not get as hot.
But I mean, that's a cheap Vega 64. So
yeah.
Yeah. Fred ran with another $5.
Actual Q for once. You going to test the liquid metal on a GPU. Liquid metal on a GPU. I do not have any immediate plans to do that. I don't think it would be a terrible content piece. I think that's something that we might be interested in. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. Sure. Potentially.
Finally,
Relin. I like it better when you were making threats to me for some reason. Frederick. Definity Relin, $5. The tactic you mentioned EA is using is called Overton Window. It's nice to have a name for that.
The Overton window, also known as the window of discourse, is the range of ideas tolerated in public discourse. The term is derived from its originator, Joseph P. Overton, former vice president of the Mackinac Center for Public Policy, who, in his description of his window, claimed that an idea's political viability depends mainly on whether it falls within the window, rather than on politicians' individual preferences. Anyway, there's a Wikipedia article on this that describes it a bit more in detail, and we now know exactly what it's called. Thank you, definitely, Relin.
The tactic I refer to that as is shadiness.
Yeah.
That seems to have worked for me so far.
Manipulating
thank you for the
public
clarification.
Opinion.
And that is all we have for today. So before we do a Twitch raid, let's go ahead and quickly do some Johnson shout-outs for anyone who bought anything from our stores. I only got one. Mark Stevens!
Oh, wait, no, I have one.
Picked up a Beware of Bottleneck shirt. Thank you, sir.
Aaron!
Thank you.
Aaron H. From Illinois got the black logo pullover hooded sweatshirt. An excellent choice, especially for the winter time. Will keep you warm and probably save your life. Thank you very much.
Ayo.
Thank you, Aaron.
Guys.
That wraps it up.
Guys, that is it. We're going to go ahead and raid I the Greek. Go to twitch.tv/ITheGreek. That's I, letter I, the Greek. Greek.
No, he's doing a charity event for prostate cancer.
Yes. He's trying to beat the last year's goal of $250. Tonight there's going to be a giveaway of a Fractal Design Define C case.
Ooh.
And Wasmod's custom cable extensions.
Those are nice giveaways.
Wasmods does some really good work. If you can't donate cash, you can help for free by tweeting the stream out. Thanks for helping kick cancer's ass. Guys, it's a good stream for a good cause by good people with good people involved in good giveaways. Go raid the shit out of iTheGreek, twitch.tv/iTheGreek. We'll be hosting them on our page as well as soon as we cut the stream off. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back again next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to toss a like on the video. And feel free to do some timestamps as well, because I never do them because I'm a bad person. But thank you guys so much. Have a good one. We will see you next time.
But you will pin the timestamps.
I will pin the shit out of your timestamps. Anyone who timestamps, prepare to get pinned.
All kinds of pins.
I will pin you down.
Bye, guys.